Hello, I'm your host, Christian Stewart.
And I'm your co-host, Emil Diaz.
And welcome to Matter Morning News. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for a moment of silent meditation. Good morning, Lions. Today is Monday, October 4th. Please remember that it's a B4 day, so you should be in your fourth period. And now let's get into today's episode of Mindful Monday.
Hello, Lions, and welcome to Mindful Mondays. My name is Mr. Alex Cantillo. I'm your trust counselor here at Matter.
And I'm Mrs. Sabrina Dridi. I'm high school counselor's letters Q through Z.
In this edition of Mindful Mondays, we're going to take a look at anxiety. Now, anxiety is something that is very typical to all of our experiences. It is common for us to feel nervous or experience some kind of worry.
There are different forms of anxiety and different degrees of anxiety. Some anxiety can be normal, like if you're about to take a test and you get a little bit of feeling of anxiety, or if you're going to speak in front of a large crowd. Those are normal feelings of anxiety. However, it can become debilitating when it's overtaking your body. Some symptoms include rapid breathing, accelerated heartbeat, sweaty palms, stomach cramps, among many others.
So for today's Mindful Monday, we want to just help you grow aware of how anxiety happens, as well as learn a couple useful techniques that you can use to help manage that anxiety. So we're going to turn it over to a quick video now so you can learn about how anxiety serves as our alarm system for the body when we perceive threat, whether real or not.
You know what anxiety feels like. We all do. Everyone experiences anxiety in some way or another. It's something that connects all of us together. Why we feel anxiety and what it really is, that may surprise you. Without anxiety, we'd all be in serious trouble. As soon as your brain senses you're in danger, a little piece of it, called the amygdala, kicks in. It gets your body ready to react. That could mean fight, run away, or shut down. It's called the fight, flight, or freeze response. This reaction goes back millions of years to our distant animal ancestors. Animals whose amygdalae were more sensitive to danger were more likely to stay alive and off the menu. Over millions of generations, this developed into the system we all know as anxiety. So you see, anxiety itself is not all bad. But when there's no immediate life or death threat, and your amygdala keeps telling your body that you're in danger, that's when anxiety becomes a problem. Your amygdala doesn't know the difference between getting eaten and public speaking or failing a test. Human society has only existed for a relatively short time. It's messy and complicated and confusing, and our amygdalae just haven't had time to catch up. So sometimes, when we're in uncomfortable situations, our brains misread the risk and overreact. Our hearts beat faster and we breathe heavily, pulling more oxygen into our bodies. The muscles in our arms and legs tense up and fill with blood. Our skin perspires to cool us down. This would all be great if we needed to fight or run, but instead, we just feel tense and sweaty. Sometimes our minds go blank and we feel like we can't move or talk. That would be great if we needed to hide. Instead, we just feel stuck. When things trigger our anxiety, sometimes we try to avoid them, like our ancestors avoiding a predator. But that can cause problems when those triggers are important parts of life, like going to school or meeting new people, things that won't just give up and go away. So how does knowing all this help? Well, it starts with remembering what's really going on. There's nothing physically wrong with you. It's just your amygdala trying to tell you it thinks you're in danger, even if it gets confused about how much danger you're really in. Understanding why we feel anxiety is an important step in learning to manage it.
As you can see, anxiety affects your body physiologically. So I'm going to go over a technique called progressive muscle relaxation that you can use anytime, anywhere, any place in order to bring your body back to a relaxing state. So what we're going to do is we're going to ground our feet, okay, and we're going to contract our muscles starting from the lower extremities all the way up for 3 seconds, okay? And when we contract for those 3 seconds, you're going to take a deep breath. You're going to inhale, and then you're going to exhale when we release the contraction. And what this does is when we're contracting our muscle groups from the lower extremities to the top, it's going to give you an overall calming sensation, and that's going to bring down that anxiety that you're experiencing. So we're going to begin with our feet. So you're going to contract your feet, and you're going to hold the contraction for 3 seconds. So when I count to 3, you're going to be inhaling and holding that breath, and then you're going to exhale on the contraction, okay? Ready, set, go. Contract your feet. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to release that contraction. And then ideally you would do this for 5 seconds, but we're going to do it for 3 just for show, okay? So then we're going to move up to our calves, and we're going to contract for 3 seconds. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to release that contraction. And then from our calves, we're going to move on to our quads, and we're going to contract for 3 seconds, okay? Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to release that contraction. Now we're going to move on to our pelvic muscle, and basically the way that you contract it is if like you're trying to hold your pee, okay? So we're going to contract for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to release that contraction. Okay, now we're going to move on to our abdomen. We're going to contract for 3 seconds. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to release that contraction. Now we're going to move on to our arms. We're going to curl our biceps for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to release that contraction. Now we're going to move on to our hands. We're going to make fists and hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to release that contraction. We're going to move up to our shoulders. We're going to shrug our shoulders and hold for 3 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and we're going to hold and release. And then we're going to move on to the last part, which is our face. And this is funny because you're just going to contract all your muscles in your face. So you're going to make a really, really funny face. So squeeze your face for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and then you release. So what that does again is it helps you have your blood circulating, and it calms you down overall. And then you can repeat this as many times as needed. And when you find yourself calm, then you can go on to proceed with your activities.
As you can see, the breath is a central piece to achieving that calming state. For this reason, I want to teach you another technique that is a little short on time that can still help you relax and doesn't entail the full components of contracting and releasing when you're really in a high state of anxiety. It's called the ratio breath. Now, the reason why I want to teach you this quick technique is because when we're feeling overwhelmed and we're consumed with feelings of nervousness or preoccupation, we really need to just take control of that breath first. As you saw in the video, our breath is one of the first things to go when our amygdala is signaling fear, 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 and threat and danger all over the place. So, by taking control of that breath, you begin to physically calm your body down and literally tell it, hey, it's okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the ratio breath, and what's going to happen is that as you go through this exercise, I want you to just pick a number to start, 1 through 5.
I say it out loud?
Say it out loud.
5.
Okay, so 5. As you go through every piece of the breath, I want you to count in your head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on the inhale, we'll go up to 5. You will hold for 5, and you will exhale for 5. Okay? And the reason for this is because as you're consumed with so many thoughts and experiencing your anxiety, the focus not only on the breath, but on the count really helps you take away from all that stuff going on around you, okay? And it brings you to the present moment with your breath. So, Ms. Dridi, if you can, go ahead and begin with your inhale.
Okay.
And pause. And exhale. You can also go ahead and close your eyes if that makes you feel more comfortable, as well as relax your limbs in a proper posture to achieve more relaxation if you'd like. So get in a comfortable position and let's do it one more time. We're going to inhale for 5 seconds. Here we go. Hold it. And release. So you want to make sure that you exaggerate not only the inhale, but the hold and the exhale so you can fully get the benefit of calming your body down in those high states of anxiety. Thank you, students, for watching this edition of Mindful Mondays.
We hope you have an anxious-free week. Go Lions!
For general news, Australia is reopening its borders next month after 18 months of being closed down. California's governor has signed a series of bills that make it so the state could take away officers' badges if they are misconducting, raise their minimum wage, and some other changes.
For local news, a nurse from Jackson Memorial Hospital, Carlos Solano, is now being released from the hospital after 3 months of having COVID and finally gets to see his wife. And now for trivia.
Which song has the most views of all time on YouTube? D. Baby Shark by Pink Fong.
For lunch, there will be a choice of salad, corn dogs, or a slice of pizza. And to drink, there will be milk and juice.
Today for weather, we will have partly cloudy skies with a chance of light rain or thunderstorms. And now for the morning announcements. This Wednesday there will be an IOC meeting at 2:40 p.m. Also this Wednesday, there will be parent-teacher conferences at 3 p.m. Key Club and Builders Club will be hosting Matter Night at the Menchies on 49th Street from 3:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Mu Alpha Theta will be hosting their first general meeting at room 122 tomorrow after school. Also tomorrow after school, SGA will be hosting their first general meeting in room 5060. To FBLA members that have yet to have paid their membership, please remember that the last day to pay them is October 11th. If you're going to pay them, go to room 21 on A days or room 30 on B days. Additionally, FCCLA has extended the fee payment deadline until October 14th. This will be the last chance for members to pay.
For sports, our Matter High School football team will be playing against South Ridge this Friday.
Rocket League will be having practice later today after school. The volleyball team will be hosting senior night on October 13th at 7:30 p.m. in the Lion's Den. It's a blackout, so you have to wear all black.
And middle school girls basketball team will be meeting in room 21. If you have any questions, please go to Coach Lopez in the auditorium.
For seniors, PSAT and ACT day at school is fast approaching. It is next week Wednesday, so make sure you have studied. Additionally, just a little reminder that senior breakfast is next week Friday, so I hope you're ready. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching the Matter Morning News, and we hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget to take your cat out for a swim.
What?